so much. All right, Elizabeth. Very nice. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as you may have heard, and we discussed it earlier, pretty soon Paul and I, well, me mostly, will be leaving the show.
Yeah, I will
and people say, why? And yeah, that's no secret. I'll tell you why. They caught me deflating footballs.
That's what happened. Well, probably have knowledge of it.
I have not told my wife that I'm out of a job, so here's what I'm going to do. Every morning, I'm going to get up and get dressed and leave the house with my briefcase.
Okay.
He won't know. I'll tell you, show business is nothing but pressure. People, does this happen to you? People come up to me all the time and they say, Jimmy, what are you going to do? What are you planning for your final show? And I said, oh my God, after all this time, really? We're going to start planning now?
No plan.
Oh, hey, happy Mother's Day. I hope you had a great Mother's Day, did you? Here now we have a television network roundup of all the salutes and tributes from Mother's Day. Take a look at this.
CBS.
It's the best Mother's Day gift of all. It's a brand new car.
NBC.
Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Have a great day, everybody.
ABC.
You are a cruel, loathsome bitch who deserves to burn in hell.
Yes, it's a day of fresh flowers and old grievances. But I want to tell you, you know what I found out? I learned a valuable lesson this year. I'm going to pass it along to you in terms of Mother's Day, because you can drive yourself nuts. You can't go wrong with a Swiffer. Mom and I went out to brunch. We went to Olive Garden. It's great. And Mom is so sweet. On her way out, she takes the manager aside and puts in a good word for me. That was nice. Now, here's something. That when I was a kid, the first president I was aware of was Dwight Eisenhower.
Yes, yeah.
As a kid, that was the first name that I remember. And then I remember hearing talk about Harry Truman. Wow. And here's give you an example of how things have changed. You know what Barack Obama, our current president, did on Mother's Day? What? He is in the Oval Office, and he calls mothers around the country to wish them Happy Mother's Day and to thank them for the job they've done. Now, yeah. I don't see Harry Truman having done that.
No,
I don't see Dwight Eisenhower. Anyway, here's Barack Obama wishing mothers well on Mother's Day.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, yes.
Hey, this is Barack Obama. How are you? Yeah, it is. Hi, this is Barack Obama. And you're one of the moms I wanted to say thank you to. I was so proud of... How are you?
White House. If I seem a little like a step behind tonight, I wasn't, put the cards down, Todd. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but you know Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
Big media phenomenon, known around the world. So I go to my publishers today, and I'm talking to them about a book, because it's the end of my career. So Kim Kardashian has published a book of selfies.
Selfies, yeah.
Through the roof.
Whoa, of course.
Pre-sales crazy.
Are you kidding?
So here's the question I have for you folks.
Okay.
Kim Kardashian publishes a book of selfies. It's cool, right?
Yes.
I publish a book of selfies. This is coming from my publisher. I publish a book of selfies. It's creepy.
Yeah. I think so. No, I think so.
Huh?
I think, yeah. Think about it. Think about it first.
I will think about it. Raul Castro,
Oh, yeah.
the evil brother of his evil brother dictator Fidel Castro,
Fidel Castro.
met over the weekend with Pope Francis. Whoa, man, this Pope Francis, he's a people guy. I think in that job you need a people person, and he is.
Perfect.
And Raul was so taken by what they discussed at their meeting that he says he's thinking about joining the Catholic Church.
Okay.
Same kind of thing happened to me with Scientology.
Ah.
Oh boy, how about that Tom Brady, huh? I wouldn't give his troubles to a monkey on a rock. God.
Bye.
He's in a lot of trouble with this deflate gig, whatever.
Yeah.
Deflate gate. Here's the latest report on Tom Brady.
NFL officials are deciding if Tom Brady should be punished for his alleged knowledge of the football tampering at the center of Deflategate. Brady likely faces a suspension, during which he will be forced to stay home, spend time with his wife, and stare in the mirror contemplating what he's done. Tom Brady, ready to learn his lesson.
You see, kids, what can happen? What do you think about the presidential race, the White House 2016? Please tell me that you're like I am, already fed up. Are you already fed up? It's a bunch of, and by the way, Tina Fey was on the show last week and invoked a phrase, oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Like, I saw her in her underwear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I do.
I never heard this expression before, but I thought it was apt. Jerk parade. And it's people who sign up and they want to be president, and there's not a chance in heck they're going to be president. But by the time they realize that, we'll be so sick and tired of their stupid faces, we won't know what to do. But I just want to let you know, if you're getting ready to vote, you better hurry, because there's only 550 days left until election. 550 days. I was looking in the paper, speaking of stuff like this, you know what? Unemployment, and this is great news, unemployment is down, ladies and gentlemen. Not in my house.
Oh.
Jeb Bush is going to run for president because you just can't have enough Bush in the White House. And he said, he said, if I had been president, I would have invaded Iraq also. Well, that's, by God, that's putting some distance between yourself and your brother, you know? He said, I would have invaded Iraq if I had had the same intelligence as my brother. Oh my God! This is the last thing you want to admit to. He's not as intelligent as his brother. Oh my God! Horrifying. it seems like this happens 2 or 3 times a year. McDonald's says, oh, well, we're changing our image. We don't want people to eat fat, greasy meat. We're changing our image because we want to be part of the trend toward eating healthy.
Sure.
And we're all sick of it because we know they're not serious.
Well,
here now is McDonald's announcing how they're going to handle their new, healthier menu.
McDonald's is excited to announce that we're adding kale to our menu. The popular leafy green will be served on a sesame seed bun with cheese, onions, pickles, and our signature special sauce. Plus, our kale will be made of 100% American beef. McDonald's, now observing daylight saving time.
That doesn't make it. That makes no sense. Was it really worth the trouble? Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Schaefer.
why do we have some kale?
Yeah.
McDonald's kale.
Yeah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, on the program tonight, Howard Stern and Don Rickles. I'll be right back, everybody. Thank you so much.
We're coming right back with the top 10 new fall shows. And Howard Stern. Gesundheit. Nobody sneezed. I was just wishing good health to German speakers. The Late Show, sponsored by DirecTV. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, here's tonight's top 10. Let's try that. Thank you very much, Paul. Category tonight, new fall shows. I don't know if you folks are aware of this, but this is the time, the spring, when all of the broadcast networks announce their new programming lineups for the fall. Yeah. And it's very, very exciting because it's like the NFL draft. You can sit there and copy down new favorite shows that you'll be sure to watch in the fall. That's what's going on now.
Okay.
And we have new shows. NBC, Fox held theirs today, ABC and CBS tomorrow. But we have the new shows, and I think you're going to be delighted.
All right.
Excuse me. I don't know. I got to get a thing when I'm done, but I'll be all right.
Well, we're all waiting to get a few things. Yeah. What are you going to have done?
I have to go see Dr. Grandstein.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, new fall shows now. Here we go. Number 10, Mob Dermatologist. Look at that. Number 9, Underwater Cowboy. Number 8, So You Think You Can Whistle. Number 7, Micro Mountie. Number 6, Albania's Next Top Albanian. Number 5, Squat Squad. Number 4, Haunted Mailbox. Number 3, Tax Clown. Number 2, Alice Cooper 360. And the number 1 new fall show, The Dentalist, ladies and gentlemen. I think you can imagine where those shows will be.
Of course you can.
I want to tell you, I'm so excited. This is the second time now I've been able to do this. Let me tell you about this. Over the weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway was the second running of the Indianapolis Grand Prix, and Team Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan, that's me, I'm the one in the middle, finished second. It's our second podium finish, 2 weeks back-to-back. Graham Rahal. And if you know anything about racing, you know that Graham drives the number 15 car, which is the Steak and Shake car. And we, here in the Ed Sullivan Theater, are lucky enough to be next-door neighbors with the signature Steak and Shake outlet. There it is right there.
There it is.
And whenever number 15, the Steak and Shake car, Graham, whenever he puts it on the podium, you know what happens, ladies and gentlemen? By God, that's right, free milkshakes. Graham Rahal in the Steak and Shake car. We'll be right back with Howard Stern, ladies and gentlemen.
Come out here on the floor. Let's rock some more. Come out here on the floor. Honey, let's rock some more. Yeah. Now when you get out here, you don't have no fear. Put your hands on your hip and let your backbone and work out.
Strange things are going on. We're here in the Ed Sullivan Theater, and as we were passing out the celebratory shakes, something exploded above Paul.
Did you see that?
And showered him in sparks.
It
Let's
was,
take.
yeah.
I think
Can
we
we
have it
see
on
that?
videotape.
I
Are you?
thought it
First
was-
of all, are you all right, Paul?
Yeah, well, that was a...
Look at this. There it is.
I thought it was, that's me over there, yeah.
You know what that is, Paul?
Yeah.
That's the ghost of Ed Sullivan saying, "Don't go."
Don't. That's right.
Don't go. Or, what are you waiting on?
Now.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is a radio legend, a cultural icon, and a good friend of ours. He's the host of his own show on Sirius XM Radio, and he's also a judge on America's Got Talent, which returns May 26th. Ladies and gentlemen, the king of all media, Howard Stern. Howard, come on up. How you doing, Howard?
This is it.
Welcome back to the program.
This is it. I brought this out. This was...
You look great, by the way.
Thank you. You look great, too. You know, look, I'm not going to get all sentimental. As far as I'm concerned, thank God you're leaving. You know, really, these appearances, they cause a lot of angst. I'm here to announce my retirement from this show, which is great. Finally.
How many times have you been on this show?
You know, I have no idea.
20-something, 24, 25?
I'm sure it could have been a lot more, but I stopped doing it a lot. I limited. I didn't want to turn into Regis, where it was some ridiculous number like 175 appearances. I mean, the poor guy, you know? I mean, 175 appearances.
Always very entertaining, though, Regis.
And you guys were always nice enough. You would call me, ask me to be on the show, and
Well, you're busy. You have your own show.
Well, yeah, I got my own life. I mean, I'm up there. By the way, I'm waiting to get on. I'm waiting through the top 10 and everything else, and I'm like, my God, even the writers have checked off this show already. I saw what was going on with the monologue. I mean, it's outrageous. Well, this is exciting. You're finally leaving, and
how many?
You know, I'm worried about Paul. Paul, how are you, man?
I'm doing all right, Howard. Are you worried about me?
I think it's time for truth. It really is. I mean, the network can't do anything. We don't care about our image anymore. Tell them why you wear the dark glasses every single show. Tell them how high you are right now.
I wear them the same.
Dave, the man has been baked. I don't mean high. I mean baked.
That's not. What about you? Why do you wear the sunglasses every time you come
wear the dark glasses to hide my hideous face.
Oh, well,
I don't, that's
no, it's the same with me.
But it's with Paul. I mean,
hideous.
The glasses got bigger and bigger as the years went by.
Yes.
At some point, he's going to be wearing an Iron Man mask if the show lasts another 2 years.
The last show.
Take off the dark glasses. Show people your eyes.
It's fine.
Come on, show people.
Last show,
Look
the
at that.
Iron Man.
What'd I say?
Absolutely fine. Come on.
He's fabulous. And you, my friend, you know, I read this article. That's why I brought it out. I mean, now you've decided to start doing all kinds of interviews. Why now? You did the New York Times. You did the Rolling Stone. Why don't you do it a few years ago when you were competing against Jay? Now you're talking? Now's the time to shut up. You're retired.
Nobody asked me.
Nobody asked you before.
No, nobody would ask me before.
Well,
and plus, I'm sort of like you. I feel like I really don't have much to say.
Oh, you've got plenty to say, but you won't say it. I mean, first of all, you read this thing. This sounds like the worst retirement ever. You haven't thought this through. You're going to live in Montana. I see. Now hold it.
I never said I was.
Yes, you did. You said you're going. I read this. Did you read this? You said you're going to Montana for the summer, and I'm thinking
that sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds great. And you got to hear this.
That sounds tremendous.
You're a man who's a recluse. You don't
I'm not a recluse.
You don't like to go anywhere.
You make me sound like I'm on the lam.
But in the article, you do say, listen, I'm going off. I want to be alone. I found this place. Jack Hanna told me I'm going to be all by my own.
I'm going to be working at the Columbus Zoo.
And you're going to go out there. And you're going to sit around. You like to fish with Harry. That'll go for 3 days.
Now, wait a minute. Have you ever been fishing? You and your buddy Jimmy Kimmel. I bet you guys go fishing.
Yeah, and you want to know?
Well, there you go.
That lasts for 15 minutes. You don't turn that into
that's Jimmy Kimmel.
But you've not thought through this retirement thing at all.
What's to think about?
Well, here's the thing. First of all, when you take off to Montana for the summer, think about your poor wife. And by the way, people are bringing you gifts. I brought a gift for your wife.
Well, that's very thoughtful, Howard.
That's number one.
What do you have
This is
here?
for your wife, Regina.
Thank you very much.
I got into, I started painting. I paint. And I'll just give you a hint. There's a note to her on the back, which I don't want to share with the audience. It's actually a note of apology. But I made her this little painting. I thought she would like it. And the reason turn it around, show the people. You don't have to look at it.
Beautiful. Is that what is that?
That's watercolors.
I know, but what is the
It's
flower?
a daffodil. I thought it'd be nice for her.
Beautiful. Howard, you did this?
I'll tell you why.
Oh, you did this?
Yes, I did. I did this because your wife is
You can't
a saint.
even see the numbers.
No. No numbers.
An old joke.
No, I thought she'd like it. I said to myself, Dave.
Beautiful, Howard.
Dave, I said to myself.
Holy crap.
Would you listen to me?
No. Am I the only one stunned here that he could do this?
I've never given a painting to anybody, really. But for your wife, because I feel so bad for her.
Thank you very much.
The poor woman's going to go off to Montana with you, and you're going to stand there.
First of all, we're not going to Montana.
You are. You're going for
Secondly, Jack Hanna has nothing to do with this.
It said, can I just say something?
Jack Hanna has nothing to do with me and Montana.
It said in the article, you decided you wanted to find a place to be away from people. And then it says in the article, you go there, and then you get lonely, and you invite people to Montana. But really, the person I felt worse for is your wife.
Right, but let me
because you're so selfish.
All right, as we go along,
hold it. You're selfish.
Let me refute some of the inaccuracies.
But let me finish.
Jack Hanna, a dear friend, has nothing to do with me going to Montana for a weekend, for a month, for the rest of my life.
You said to Jack Hanna.
No, I didn't.
It was Jack Hanna. You said it in the article.
I'm sorry, I did not say to Jack Hanna.
You were misquoted in your own article.
Perhaps.
All right, so forget Jack Hanna.
Yeah, but all right, but do you want to know the real story?
Yeah. By the way, I am never going to see David Letterman again. You know that. I have tried to get to. I have so many things to say. You and I were supposed to have dinner a few weeks ago. Mr. Steve Martin, the great comedian, put this together. We had it on the books for weeks. That day, Dave cancels the dinner, and he says, oh, I forgot, I'm going to be on vacation. So this is it. I mean, we're never going to see each other.
Well, what's that story again? What is the point of that story? I was in for dinner, and then I realized I'm not even going to be in town.
But how do you realize that the day of the dinner? You had weeks.
Because I'm not paying attention. You think it's like, it's not exactly Christmas Eve.
You don't have a schedule?
I have a schedule, but
when
it's
you
not
make
like,
plans,
oh, the ball is dropping. I'm having dinner with Howard. I got to be in town.
I canceled a trip to Florida because you were in, and I thought this would be nice for us to...
It would have been great.
Forget it. Listen to this. You want to hear something about this guy? Listen to this. Don Rickles is coming on later, right? Listen to it. My hero. Dave doesn't know I know this. He invited Don to go to dinner with him after the show. You think I was invited? I wasn't invited. Terrible. Terrible. But I don't want to go anyway, believe me.
Howard?
Listen to you two guys.
Once again.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't realize it was Carnaby Street night. Secondly...
What? What did I do? I dressed up for you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Stand.
Wait a minute.
Come here. Come here. Wait a second. Come here. Come over here.
What are we doing, Howard?
Come here. Is this goodbye? Is this our final time together?
No.
Come here.
No, what are you going to do?
Come over here. Come here. Come here. Come here. No. Come here. Come here and hug me. Come on. No! Kiss me. Kiss me. No. Kiss me. Kiss me now. No. Kiss me now. We'll be right back. Horrible.
Now let's go back. No.
By the way, I just want you to know
the thing about dinner, I had nothing to do with dinner tonight. Don Rickles and his friends are having dinner.
Right.
Paul and I, if we have time later, might stop by. But I didn't arrange the dinner.
Dave.
You shouldn't feel affronted. You shouldn't feel left out.
You know, Dave.
Go to dinner with Don Rickles.
Listen, I don't want to go to dinner with Don Rickles. And honestly, I've heard the Frank Sinatra stories enough. Come on. Listen to me. The truth is, you and I, we've known each other many years. I want to tell a story. Now's the time for me to tell a little story about doing this show. In the 80s, be quiet. In the 80s, I was a disc jockey at NBC, and Dave called me up to do his show. This was in 1983.
Take a look at the picture here. That's all you need to know right here. Let's take a look at the picture.
I know. Oh, it's hard. Oh. I had a horrible idea. I had a horrible idea when I did that.
Look, everybody, it's the president of the math club.
I wasn't the coolest guy. No, let me say this, though. I do want to say this. So Dave gives me a call to come on the show, and I got to tell you, you know, I'd heard all the stories. I knew David Brenner, the late David Brenner.
Oh, yeah?
He went on Johnny Carson's show, and when he went on Johnny's show, do you know the next day he told me he was a millionaire. He was booked in every major club, in every place in Vegas.
The power of that show.
The power of Johnny.
Yeah.
So I was prepared. Dave called me. He tapped me to be on the show. And there it was, and this is so sentimental. He says, come on the show. And now I'm thinking to myself, I am going to be a millionaire from being on this show overnight. Yeah. Well, I go on. Nothing happened. Zero. I mean, my parents didn't see it.
Your parents?
My listeners didn't see it. No one saw it. The power of this show. Thank God it's over. It's enough. It's been a huge disappointment. It really has. It's enough.
Disappointment. Now, you have it seems like you're always in the middle of some
And by the way, Dave, are you thinking about having Jay Leno on next week for your last guest? This is don't applaud that. Are you serious? Are you out of your mind?
I don't know. Is that happening?
Yeah, is that happening? It is not. Is it true you guys put out the offer to Jay to do the show? It is. And Jay said no, that creep? Did he say no? Good. I don't want him on my show. Who needs him? Why would you ask him to be on?
I'm not a producer.
You don't have anything to do with that?
No.
What would you say to Jay?
You know, Jay asked me to be on when he was finishing his show, and I said, that's a lovely offer, but I think it really should be more about just Jay on his final week of shows.
Yeah.
So I declined, and I think
good for you.
I think he may feel the same way about this situation.
That's good. That's good. What are you going to do with yourself? I heard you want to do something. Listen.
So that's when we called you.
Listen. Thank you. Hey. I was thinking about it. Who is the best? I've been thinking about this. Who is the best guest out of all the years?
This is a good question.
Who is the best guest? I thought about it.
Who do you think is? All right, you tell me your best guest on your show. I'll tell you my best guest.
The best guest on your show.
No, the best
I'm
guest
gonna
on
tell
your
you,
show.
Why are you changing this?
The best guest on your show, and then I'll tell you the best guest on my show, and then we'll switch.
The best guest on my show that comes to mind. You were very good, but you weren't great. You could have been a little more forthcoming. No. Jerry Seinfeld was very good.
Jerry Seinfeld. That's great.
Jerry was great. And Billy Joel.
Billy Joel, really?
Billy Joel. We did 3 hours with him. It was phenomenal. And
That's
on your
very
show,
impressive.
the best guest, I was thinking about it, was either Andy Kaufman or me. It's down to 2 people. So,
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. Oh, my God. See, that's the kind of, that slips your mind. But Andy Kaufman, and I don't know how many people who have been watching in the last 10 or 15 years remember when Andy would come on the old show.
I remember.
Oh, my God.
Kiss me.
Oh, my God.
Kiss me.
I'm not going to kiss you.
Kiss me.
No, I have a thing.
Oh, you have
I have
one
a
of those.
thing here
Yeah.
that I have to have Dr. Grandstein look at tomorrow.
What is Regina going to do in Montana, your wife?
We are not going to Montana.
Regina, listen to me.
Have you ever been to
The poor
Montana?
woman. Of course not. I have a
Good.
life. I'm not.
Then I'm going to Montana.
I rent. I give up. Listen.
We got to bring out Don.
You're going to bring out Don Rickles?
and then you and Don will go to dinner. It's going to be fantastic. We'll be right back with Don Rickles, ladies and gentlemen.
Join Dave tomorrow as he welcomes President Bill Clinton and Adam Sandler. Coming up, genealogists show you how to find out whether your ancestors were jerks.
Our next guest is also a good friend of ours, a legend of comedy.
Hurry up,
he starred.
hurry up.
Huh? What?
Hurry up.
I'm going. He starred in the classic CPO Sharky, which is, for the first time ever, now available on DVD. There it is. Here he is, Mr. Warmth, Don Rickles. Welcome back, Don. Good to see you. I think since the last time we saw you, had another birthday. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. 50 years old is not bad.
No.
No, God has been good. Where does the time go? I'm talking to you like we know each other.
We do know each other.
No, I just want to say, this man, I remember you had a radio convention. Where was it, remember?
Oh, I don't know.
We had a bunch of radio shows.
Yeah.
And I met you.
Yes.
Yeah, I said, where's this guy going with the trick-or-treat hairdo and all? And suddenly he became a billionaire.
Right. You were very gracious. You came on the show.
Not great enough. And then I went on your show.
Yeah.
And he stood up the whole show. I'll talk to you in a minute. then he stood up the whole show. I remember that.
Yeah.
I said, why is he standing? He thought it was Young Kipper. Anyway, you don't know too much about it.
No, I know
you
nothing
will
about
someday.
it. Someday.
We're going to have a Jew president. Anyway, when we have a Jew president, he's going to get a haircut.
Right.
Anyway, but this man really skyrocketed to fame, and rightly so, and the world loves him. And I was so delighted in my career. Denzel Washington, right, was the last time I was on a show with a famous gentleman, and now with you. And I got to say this before I get to him because he's through.
Right.
Anyway, that you are young, bright, and terrific, and I swear, you are dynamite for the people, and God bless you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much, Ron. Well, I mean...
What the hell was that?
What
the hell was that?
We'll get to you in a minute.
Good
But Don
God.
Rickles, honestly, is my hero. To sit here next to you, you know, when I was a kid, I'd watch talk shows with my mother, and I waited for Don Rickles to come on. It was the highlight of my life.
Yep.
And to sit next to him is maybe the greatest thing, the greatest gift you could ever give me, really. And I love you. Now, Rip Dave anew.
God bless you. God bless you. Wait a minute, I'm not through with it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you know what? Dave's moving to Montana. I brought him a gift. Here's a cowboy hat. Let me see how you look. Put this on. Put it on. Come on. There you go. Don, look at him. You got to hear this.
How you doing?
He rides horses.
You know...
He rides horses.
You ride horses, Dave?
You know you're trespassing. Don't make me call the sheriff.
I read an article that Dave rides horses.
Yeah, you know, because Jack Hanna, who runs a zoo,
I know.
Told me
I don't live under a rock. I know who Jack Hanna is.
He acts like you don't know what's going on.
You know who handled Jack Hanna? Look at we're making him famous all of a sudden.
Right.
Jack Hanna, when Johnny Carson, rest his soul, used to work with the animals. He worked great with them. Then I watched you work with the animals. But I'll tell you what.
Wait a minute. It's the animals. I got nothing to do with it.
No need to get pissed off. We're just talking. That's a nice little guy. You become nasty. Here we are, two Jews looking for friends, and you turn on us.
I think I'm a little on edge, Don. I'm sorry.
I took a guess you're Jewish. Don't say it.
Yeah. How'd you know? How could you tell?
By the way, I saw your wife. He's got a beautiful wife.
woman.
Thank you. And as you do, too.
Beth.
Well, yeah, God bless. But, you know,
Barbara.
she does it for, you know.
Yeah, the mom.
No, I got a great wife.
Dave has a great wife. He's going to sentence her to a life in Montana.
We're not moving to Montana.
She's going to go down to the general store and be friends with Aunt B. It's going to be a great life.
Aunt B, is that what you said?
Aunt B.
Aunt B.
Remember Aunt B?
You know what he said when he was deaf?
All right. We'll be right back with Don Rickles. Don Rickles, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see him at the New York CB Theater. New York CB, NYCB, what is that?
What is this, a test?
Yes. Westbury, it's the old Westbury Music Fair.
Yeah, they changed the name, Westbury.
Yeah, that's right. May 16th, it'll be the night of your life, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, Howard is on.
By the way, he has a lot of money, but I got to plug this in.
Yes, I understand.
We'll be in Mammoth. Is it how do you pronounce it? Jersey.
Monmouth.
Monmouth, yeah.
Right.
That's his head writer who just stands in the corner going, Anyway.
We look like we're in the Amish Mafia.
Yes. This is great.
No, they're yarmulkes.
Yeah.
Yarmulkes.
I'm not going to be invited to Montana, you think, Don?
You don't want to go there.
Howard Stern, of course, on the Howard Stern Show. You work how many days a week?
I work 3 days a week there, and then, of course, my excellent judging on America's Got
Talent. Oh, that's right, American Idol. That's
Very
right.
good on that.
We got to go.
Thank you.
And CPO Sharkey, now available on DVD. Good night, everybody.